Hi everyone, welcome to another episode of Get Some. I am your sommelier, Danielle Lindau with 5 to Wine Time, and today we are going to get some Pinot Noirs from Oregon. Oregon is another great state here in the United States that is making some phenomenal wines, and a lot of the winemakers in Oregon are taking an extra step of taking care of the vineyards and the land by practicing sustainability, organic winemaking, and even biodynamic. So today I wanted to feature two of those wineries that are doing just that. I have the Benton Estate 2016 Pinot Noir, and I have the Johan Vineyards Farmlands Pinot Noir 2018. So both are practicing sustainability, organic, and biodynamic practices. Farmlands is actually certified biodynamic, while Benton does a little bit of everything, where they are taking sustainability as well as organic and biodynamic practices and making their wines truly expressive of the land itself and thinking of the land afterwards, after the winemaking techniques. So let's get right into it. Our 2016 Benton Lane Pinot Noir. Beautiful ruby red color with a little bit of a garnet rim coming from on the edge. Nice and light wine. Not too much staining on the glass itself. But on the nose, I am getting cranberry, raspberry notes, some tart Bing cherries, as well as some herbaceous notes. Not exactly dill, but still in that light green vegetal notes. Moving on to the palate. Wow, this wine really opens up on the palate. I'm getting more dried red fruit notes, dried cranberries, raspberry dust, as well as some more earthier elements. Some button mushrooms, some like wet clay. There's even a little bit of this kind of barnyard, wet horse hay aromas and flavors going on in my mouth. It's really showing some beautiful complexity and showing some graceful aging on the palate as well. As I said, this wine is from 2016. I really enjoy the complexity on the palate of this Pinot Noir, as Pinot Noirs are a light body wine, but this one is definitely throwing a punch in the complexity realm. Our second wine on the lineup today is from Johan's Vineyards, the Farmlands Pinot Noir, again from Willamette Valley, and this is actually from the Van Duzer Corridor sub-AVA. This wine is certified biodynamic, so with their winemaking techniques, they actually do the fermentation and the barrel aging in used oak barrels, and they are quite conscious of their impact and carbon footprint. As I opened up this bottle of wine that I've been having rest, there's a ton of sediment already showing on the cork itself and in the lip on the glass, or on the lip on the bottle itself. So, as I said, this wine is unfiltered, so it'll have a little bit more texture. They're letting the skins and the stems from the pressings stay in contact with the wine, even into the bottling. For those who are very subconscious about the sulfur in their wines, or they may get people who get headaches from sulfurs, this wine has 0 added sulfur. So it's all natural sulfurs stopping the fermentation in the bottle itself. So let's give this guy a try. Ooh, that's a heavy pour. This wine, the clarity in the glass is a little bit more murky versus the Benton Lane, as Benton Lane does go through filtration. Again, Farmlands is being as transparent with their wine as possible by unfiltering it. Still that ruby red core, 2018 vintage, so it still has a ruby pink rim. On the nose, it does take a little bit longer for it to open up to me, but I am still getting those cranberry notes, the crushed red violets that we all love with a Pinot Noir. As well as I'm getting a little bit more hay, straw notes on it. onto the palate. The wine almost dances on my tongue. There's so much acidity going on in the wine itself. It is young, it is fruitful. There's more dark fruit notes on this Pinot Noir, like boysenberries, blueberry notes. Now the Farmlands Pinot Noir is unfiltered, so there is quite a texture on the palate itself. I'll show you some of the sediment in the glass with a little bit of a close-up here in just a minute, but it does bring a little bit more richness to it. The tannins, as they are soft from being aged in those French oak barrels, they still are present since the wine is unfiltered. I hope you enjoyed our flight of Pinot Noirs from Oregon. If you are interested in learning more about how wineries are trying to be more conscious of their carbon footprint, check out my interview with Gail Klumsky from Page Spring Cellars. We talk about her project called the Second Harvest Project. It's their way of taking it to the next level of their sustainability of their winery. It is 5 to wine time, so if you haven't already, grab yourself a glass. Remember to hit that like and subscribe button, and I'll see you next time. Cheers.